You ever feel like you're doing everything right, but nothing's actually happening? Like you've got dreams, you've got purpose, you're trying, but every door just stays shut? Everyone else seems to be moving forward, new jobs, relationships, opportunities, and you're just stuck, scrolling through life, wondering if you missed something. Yeah, I've been there. And I think David was too. See, we love to talk about King David, the warrior, the poet, the man after God's heart. But before all of that, he was just a kid, forgotten, overlooked, even by his own family. When the prophet Samuel came to choose a new king, David wasn't even invited to the room. Like, imagine that. Everyone else lined up trying to impress the prophet, and David's out back, watching sheep. Invisible. You ever felt invisible? Like no matter how hard you try, people don't see what's inside you? They just see the surface. But here's the thing about God. He saw David when no one else did. And maybe right now, he sees you too. You think you're in the background, but maybe you're in training.
You know, after David was anointed, after the prophet poured oil on his head and said, "You're going to be king," nothing actually changed. He didn't get a throne. He didn't get a crown. He went back to the sheep. That's crazy, right? Like, if someone told you you were chosen by God, you'd expect fireworks, not silence. But David just went back to the same routine. Day after day, night after night, waiting. And that waiting, that's the part nobody likes to talk about. We post about victories, but not the years where nothing makes sense. The truth is, before David ever ruled Israel, he ruled himself. He learned how to be faithful when nobody was watching, how to worship when nothing was changing, how to trust when God was quiet. And maybe that's where you are right now. You've been anointed for something. You can feel it. But it's like life keeps saying, not yet. You send the emails, you pray the prayers, you try to stay positive, but heaven feels like it's on airplane mode. And you start wondering, God, did I imagine all of this? Did you really choose me? Do you still see me? But what if the silence isn't punishment? What if it's preparation? See, God wasn't delaying David. He was developing him. There's a difference. Because David wasn't ready for the crown until he learned how to carry the calling in the cave. That cave season, the one where he was hiding from Saul, running for his life, that's where David wrote some of the most powerful psalms. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he turned to me and heard my cry. Psalm 41. Those words didn't come from comfort. They came from caves. And I think that's what God is doing with you too. He's forming something deep inside you that comfort could never teach. Let me ask you something. What if the thing that feels like a delay is actually God building depth? You want influence, but he's building integrity. You want the platform, but he's shaping your patience. You want to run ahead, but he's teaching you how to walk with him first. It's not punishment, it's protection. Because if you get the crown too early, you'll wear it like a weight instead of a witness. David didn't fight for the throne. He waited for God to give it. And when it finally came, he didn't just know how to rule a nation. He knew how to depend on God through everything. But here's the hard truth. Waiting hurts. It messes with your confidence. It makes you question your worth. And sometimes it even makes you jealous, like, why them, God? Why not me? And God whispers, because I'm writing your story differently. I want you to remember this. Anointing always comes before appointing. David was anointed long before he was appointed, and between those two moments, there was pain, confusion, and silence. But there was also shaping. When David finally became king, he didn't forget the fields. He didn't forget the loneliness. He didn't forget the sheep, because that's where he met God, not on a throne, in the quiet, in the waiting, in the nights when nobody else was there. And maybe, just maybe, that's where you'll meet him too. Look, I know it's hard. I know it feels like everyone is running ahead and you're standing still. But the truth is, God's timing is never behind. He's just more interested in shaping your heart than speeding up your plans. Because your purpose isn't about how fast you get there. It's about who you become on the way. So don't curse your cave. Don't despise the season that feels small. The sheep field didn't limit David. It launched him. Your now might not look like much, but if God's in it, it's already holy ground. Every late night, every not yet, every closed door, He's using it. Because before God gives you the victory, He gives you the vision. And vision always grows in the dark.
So yeah, maybe you're not forgotten. Maybe you're just being formed. And one day, you'll look back on this season and realize that everything you thought was silence was actually God whispering, "Wait, I'm not done with you yet." So today, breathe. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to rush. Just stay faithful. Because the same God who found David in the field will find you where you are, in your ordinary, in your waiting, in your wondering. And when the time's right, He'll call your name too. Maybe the cave you're in right now feels dark, but it's not your ending, it's your shaping. So don't quit. Don't lose hope. You're not yet doesn't mean never. If David's story teaches us anything, it's that God never forgets His promises. He might be quiet, but He's still working. And when your time comes, you won't have to chase the crown. It'll come find you.
Tell me in the comments, what's the cave God is shaping you in right now?